Hello and welcome to my channel. You know, I recently found this guy online with the files for it, got him printed up, showed him to my son, my eldest son, and said, hey, look at this. And he goes, who's that? And I said, well, it's Quint from Quint. And he goes, Quint? And I said, yeah, Quint from Jaws. And he goes, oh, I haven't seen Jaws. So I've got my work cut out for me. We've got to schedule some sort of viewing for the kids because I found out my daughter-in-law hadn't seen it either. Well, I think both daughters-in-law haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna have to get that taken care of. We're gonna have to have a family showing soon of Jaws. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of show you how I put together a custom figure, how I source out the outfit. Because you know what? Some of you guys are gonna say, yeah, the NECA did a really great job on the Jaws line, and they have some really cool figures, and you're absolutely right, they're beautiful. However, they're in 7-inch scale, and if you watch this channel, you know I collect 8-inch, so maybe that extra inch is not a big deal for some people, but you know, for me, I wanted to have an 8-inch set, so that's what I'm going to be putting together. I've already ordered the Hooper and the Brody from online. I'll put links to those as well. They're at a source on Etsy called Trucker Doug's Toy Box. So if you want to put together your own set, you can. I'll also include my the source of this file where I got it. So if you have a 3D printer, you can print this guy up yourself. You know, the SD source does not have a Quint, but they do have the other two. So if you wanted to put together your own Quint, you're going to probably have to find somebody with a printer. But I'll link all that information below in the description so you can check it out. And today I'm going to go over sourcing an outfit for this custom Quint figure and how I would put one together. So if you're interested, stay tuned. It should be informative and kind of fun. I'm also going to paint the head, put together the entire figure. So that's what we got on plan for today. I'm also going to go over to my PLA printer and see if I can put together any accessories for this guy. So I hope you stay tuned. Whenever I start one of these projects, I always go to the source material to see what outfit I'm going to need. Because, you know, you can paint a really cool figure, but if you don't have the outfit that goes with it, you might just have to leave that painted head laying about. Oh, look, there's the NECA version. That's a nice head, too. You might just leave the figure laying about until you put together that perfect outfit. Now, you know what? I know that it's never going to be perfect. Whatever I put together is going to be, you know, it's going to, I guess, look custom, or it's going to look kind of like homemade. I realize that. But I'm looking for an outfit that will kind of bring this together. I think I found some fabric that's going to be nice for a headband, but I think I'm going to go with a hat as well. It looks like the shoes are black deck shoes, black pants. Oh, I might not need to get a belt. Chambray shirt and a military style jacket. Now, you'll notice he's got gloves on. I can just use like brown hands for that. So let's take a look at Classic TV Toys and see what they have available. This right here is their prison shirt, and I'm going to get the one for fat figures just because I want it to hang a little bit. If I got the skinny one, it would be really tight. I'm just going to remove the prison number and probably those buttons. I'm also looking at some black suit pants. Even though they're suit pants, these look kind of casual or like work-related pants. So those are going to do nicely. I found an olive green jacket. I think this is from Ra's al Ghul, the action figure they put together. And it looks really kind of like a military shirt. I will have to go into my Avery labels and print out Quint to paste right there, or to iron on right there. And then a brown baseball cap. Okay. They also have a black pair of, like, they call them tennis shoes, but they look more like deck shoes. And then of course the body. Let me go to S-type. And pick out an S-type body. Here's their retro S-type 8-inch body. $10. And might need to get some brown hands. Let me go to brown hands. I think they have some gloved ones. Yeah, here we go. Gloved hands. If you wanted to go with the gloved hands looks. So it looks like Classic TV Toys has everything I need to get this figure put together. I placed my order, and now I'm just waiting for them to come in, the items. So let me go ahead and skip ahead in time, and we'll go take a look at the items in person. Okay, so here are the accessories from Classic TV Toys, along with the body, clothing. This is the S-type body. Really neat body. Has a lot of posability to it. So that's going to be the base of our action figure right there. And you'll notice that, let me see if I can take this off. There's the head socket, and to access it, you just remove some screws in the back. Pretty easy process there. So I'm going to get that done. Let's see. Here are here's the clothing that I picked up. You can see those black pants are not really that formal after all. Really neat. And here's the chambray shirt, the prison shirt. Like I said, I'm gonna have to remove that. And the jacket. Good looking jacket. I may remove that Velcro, I haven't decided yet. And I am gonna put the Quint name on there. Here are those black tennis shoes, actually deck shoes, right? Look good. And then here's that brown hat. I may speckle it with a little bit of black on there, just to give it a little worn appearance. You can see that I've kind of like already squished it together there so that it fits well on Quint's head. Oops. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy primed so that I can begin painting him, and we'll work on that process and put together the rest of the figure in just a bit. I got it primed in a nice white color. It's going to make a good canvas. I'm going to start off with a darker color. For my flesh tone, this is a Cadian flesh tone. It's a layer. Let me get it shaken up. And I'm just going to apply this wherever there's like a flesh tone. Around the neck. Behind the ears. This is a new handle that I'm trying out. I use it for my... I used to paint like little Warhammer kind of guys, and I used it for that. I thought I'd try it for this and see how it works. I like the little handle. It makes painting a little more comfortable because I'm not grabbing at that anvil as awkwardly as I do. I mean, the anvil's fine. I've used it for quite a while. I'm just trying something new. You can just see I'm just layering on that first coat. So far, an easy paint job. And there's a lot of detail in this head, so I'm really enjoying my 3D printer, honestly. Just taking things to another level. I can pretty much put together anything I want now. I mean, I'm still purchasing stuff online whenever I can from other creators. But I get a lot of freedom to kind of like do what I want to do with the 3D printer. I found a really inexpensive 3D printer online. I'm thinking about getting it and kind of testing it out. It's less than $100 for a resin printer, so I'm curious on how it'll work. It looks like the same format as the one I purchased, so maybe it's just like an off-brand of mine. I don't know. But I'd like to get it and try it out. Just to have an extra printer. Because sometimes my film needs to be replaced or it goes offline for a variety of little reasons that need to be taken care of, and sometimes I don't have the parts with me. And it'd be nice to have another printer handy just in case, Okay, it looks like I'm almost done with that. Gotta make sure I get in the ears here. Okay, first coat down. Not looking bad at all. Okay, let me go on to the hair. I thought for the hair I'd do something like dark. I have a really dark brown. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, Rhinox hide. This is going to be for the hair. I may have to wait off on the mustache because I still have some flesh color in there and I don't want to smear it. So let me just get the hair down quickly for the first coat, and I'll go back and decide whether I need a second coat or not. And I want to do some like white highlights. You'll notice I'm just going to the edge of the face because I'm going to use a smaller brush for that. I don't know, this handle is not holding it as securely as I'd like. You can see it wobbling a little bit. I don't know if it just doesn't have enough to grab onto. I usually use like square bases for my, it's like HeroQuest, Warcraft kind of stuff. And I don't get that wobble. Oops. I don't think that's a problem. Okay, I think it's time to just let this guy kind of like dry and come back to him. I'll get a smaller brush for the sideburns, the mustache, and places near the face. All right, be right back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare these the clothing. And I'm just gonna remove this little decal here with a little acetone. Now, if you don't have acetone, nail polish remover will work too. And just go slow and steady. This has some black dye, so you may want to get that first. You can see it's just starting to peel right off. It just takes a little time. Really need to saturate it though. See it's starting to peel off right there. It's going to take a while, I think. Taking a little rubbing. It's soaked through though, you can see. Let me get this part off and then we'll do the rest off camera, just so you can see what the process is like. It looks like it's going to take a little bit. But you can see it's starting to come off right there. I'm going to do the rest off camera because I'm going to have to apply a little elbow grease and this might take a little more time than I thought it would. So, be right back. Well, that's the best I could do. It was one stubborn sticker. Let's go ahead and take care of the jacket. All I'm doing here is I'm going to remove the little Velcro. And I have a seam ripper with me. See, because once you get started on it, it's super easy. It's just finding that seam that you need to kind of release. So you just choose a seam, one that looks a little loose already, and you can see it's already coming undone. And then I get the little ball in there, and then just push it. Be careful that you don't poke through the fabric. Let's see. Had a double seam, it looks like. Let me try this end. There we go. It's also attached. Oh, at the buttons. That's what it is. The buttons. I'm gonna have to cut around the buttons because I don't want to remove the buttons. Looks like the seam ripper has done its job. Let me go back with my scissors now and just cut in between the buttons. This other one over here is not going to be as hard. Yeah, this one's just coming right up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rest of that off camera because I'm gonna have to cut in between those buttons. I have some little scissors, but let me just show you how the process is gonna start, I guess. Right, and then just cut around the fabric there. And then, gosh, I don't want to rip that seam. Let me see if I can just cut back some of this black Velcro. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Might as well do it on camera then. Just be careful you don't poke yourself, right? Uh-oh. Looks like it dug into that. I might have to repair that. I'm thinking a little glue. Alright, so I got the jacket done. Next thing I'm going to do with the jacket is I've got my little Quint here somewhere. All right, so I went 10, 11, 12. Let's see which one. I think the middle one, the 11 size font. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out and get it ironed on. This material is just an Avery. Let's see if I have a package. It's Avery's Direct Fabric Transfers, but this is the one for dark fabric because it has like a white background. And so you just basically cut it out and then iron it down. So let me get that ironed down and see if I can put a little glue on that jacket to kind of repair that tear. Let's see. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and iron this down. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to use my Ronix hide again, but this time with a very a smaller brush, not my smallest one, but a smaller one, just so I can get the places near the border between the flesh and the scalp, the hair. And I'm just following the contours and lines that are established by the sculpt itself. You can see it's a pretty good likeness too. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it's my printer humming away. Thought I'd print up a little accessory for him. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Working. Let me get that eyebrow real quick. Trying to make it a little bushy. Looks like I made a little bit of an error right there. But I don't know if you've seen me before. I go back with my little flesh colored paint and just take care of it. So it's not a big deal at all. Okay, it looks like I'm almost done. And then I'll let it dry again. Oh, the mustache. Ah. Looks like I messed up a little bit there. Like I said, I'll go back and touch it up. It won't be a big deal. Yeah, you shouldn't let the fear of making a mistake stop you from doing this, because, you know, you could even repaint the entire thing if you needed to, you know? Not a big deal. I have a figure that I'm gonna have to do that with. I did a Star Trek figure, and I'm just not happy with the way the face came out, so I'm probably gonna repaint the whole thing. Okay, almost done. Then I'll go back and I'll show you how I make those corrections. Okay, so far I don't think there's anything here that's too difficult that we need to be concerned about. Just kind of trying to stay in the lines. You can see why I like this handle. I have a lot of variety in the way I can hold it. Oops, can't see that. All right, last thing, I'm going to paint the eyes that same color. So I can have a darkened lid. And I'm just dropping this black paint in there. Well, it's not black, it's a dark brown. Okay, so that's what we got so far. I'm gonna go ahead and let them dry. You know what, I should probably do that touch-up while I'm at it. Got this small brush. I'll go back to my flesh color. And just a couple of spots that need touching up. Let's see, is that one right on top of the eyebrow. There was a spot right here. Let's see, anything else? Oh, that mustache. Maybe this. Here on the neck. You can see that just like kind of touches it up really easily. Might have to do a second coat on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this guy dry, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the final touches. I'm gonna do some smaller detail work so I can take a closer look at it. But yeah, coming along really nicely. You know, I forgot to put the second tone of flesh on top. You know, just to kind of give it a little bit more, I guess, depth. Kind of like a dry brushing. So I might have to repaint the mustache again, and maybe the eyebrows. So I'm just putting a little bit of color here, just to pick up the highlights. A little lighter. Yeah, definitely gonna have to repaint a little bit. Don't forget to do this beforehand. But you can see that's already given it a little depth to the flesh tone. I might just have to paint the upper part, or the surface of the hair or the eyebrows. I might have to go repaint the whole thing. Yeah, you should paint the flesh and then come back and do the highlights, and then do your eyebrows and mustache. I'm gonna have to go back and touch up the areas that picked up a little bit of this dry brush on there. That looks a lot better. All right, I'll go back and touch those areas up off camera. I might even just keep that right there because I'm gonna do a dry brush on his Let me just do that now. Can't use this one. Let me see if I can find another brush. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. All right, I got my white paint. Let me do a little bit of a dry brush and then I won't have to go back and touch up those areas and then dry brush them again. Just gonna gently go across his hair there. And you can see the flesh tones that I had there, it's covering it up. And it's giving you a nice like salt and pepper appearance. Anyway, it's got a little bit of white hair there. Just got to make sure that you get it mostly off. Not so much in the back, I'm just gonna gently do it. You kind of see the effect there. It's pretty good. Let's see if I can get the mustache. Probably have to go back and do a little bit with the mustache. Yeah, it's a little too light. So let me just get my brown paint. Or you know what, I have a brown wash. Let's see. I have a dark oak flesh contrast. Let me kind of hit it with that. Oops, what happened there? Looks like I spilled a little bit of that contrast. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and paint it. Let's see, where's that little brush? Here it is. Gilman flesh. Oh, here's my little Rhinox hide. I'll go back and touch it up if I need to with a little bit more of that dry brush. Definitely gonna have to do the eyebrows. Okay, well, I've got the white. Let me go ahead and do his eyes. All right, these eyes are teeny. Let me see if I can get in there. Yeah, this one's teeny. All right, let me squeeze it in there. You'll notice I'm pushing on the bottom lid so I can keep the top lid covered with, like, in shadow. Because I can always go back and touch up the bottom lid. Okay. And then I've got some blue. His eyes were blue? Let me check that out. Be right back. Yep, they're blue, and I've got this stuff right here, contrast Space Fool's Gray, that I'm going to use for those blue eyes. I'll keep my white handy in case I need to touch up, but just going to drop a little bit into each eye, and maybe a black pupil. Okay, I'm going to hold my breath. Same thing with the other eye. And if you get some on the bottom lid, it's not a big deal. Looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to come back to my flesh tone. I'm going to use that darker flesh, Cadian flesh tone. And take care of the lids. I may have got, no, you can still see it. All right, and a little white sparkle. Let me get the black in there first. Let's see, where's that Abaddon black? Okay. Maybe I'll forgo the white sparkle. Do need a little bit more white in that side part of his eye. Let's see if I can get it in there without causing too much of a fuss. Okay. Just touch up the lid a little bit there. Oh, this guy might be done. Maybe a white sparkle. Let's see. It's going to be hard. I don't want too much. I just want a little dot. A teeny little dot. Okay, it looks like I got that white sparkle in the same spot. Let me put that black in there again, the pupil. I don't want to cover that white sparkle, I just want to diminish it a little bit. All right, looks like I am almost done. Got a little bit more brown I got to take care of. Just going to do a little touch up, but I think he's done. Let's see. Yeah, let me go ahead and get him dressed. I think he came out really well. I'm going to spray him with a matte clear enamel just to protect the finish, but he looks done. I can hardly wait to get him dressed. Be right back. All right, you know what I thought I'd do is add a little bit of shading to his eyes, and I'm going to use my contrast dark oak flesh for that. And I'm just going to get a very watery mixture. And I'm going to push it up into his upper eyelid. Here. Come across. And then underneath this. Just to kind of accent the wrinkles that he has. I don't want it too overpowering. I just want it, you know, like a minimal effect. You can see that how it's kind of sunk in his eyes and accented those wrinkles up above on his brow. Might as well do it underneath his mouth as well. You don't want it to be too thick because then you're going to see a little brown line. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for like a shadowed effect. Okay. I'm going to take care of his lips too. I'm going to use my Reichland's Flesh Shade. I have a gloss here. It's not going to matter because I'm going to cover him with that matte clear coat. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and let him dry, and then I'm going to cover him with that matte enamel. But yeah, I think he's done now. Okay, I may have to fix that. Looks like I got a little too crazy with the wash. We'll see how it dries. All right, I got my pieces put together over here. I did want to show you the iron-on. And where's that repair? Oh, here it is. I used some fabric glue to hold that together. So let's go ahead and get them dressed. I've already removed the screws, so the back just kind of pops open. Like pull it apart. Back just kind of pops open like that, and then you just put the head in. I usually give it a good twist to make sure it seats properly. And let's go ahead and get those screws in. Yeah, you got to be really careful with these S-type body screws because they can strip really easily. So make sure that you have a good fitting screwdriver. Because you don't want to strip them. And it is really easy to do. Oh, no. Oh, no. I tightened it too much. Okay, I'm gonna have to get another head plug. I'll be back. Oh well, it's not a tragedy, but pretty close. Went ahead and I sanded it down. I have come across different neck plugs in my customizing, and what I've done is I've created a mold, which has the 3 basic types that I use a lot of. I think this one is a classic TV Toys. Let's see. Yeah, it is classic TV Toys head mount. Let's see, where did I get this one? I don't remember where I got this one. This one right, oh, you know what it is? It's a classic TV Toys mount upside down, and I cut the bottom off. This one came from a fellow customizer, oops, and I guess vendor on eBay. We're living the past again, and this is the head mount that they use there. I made a copy of one. I think this is probably the one I'm going to use because it has the greatest surface area there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up and just use some glue, probably super glue, and glue it down there. I might use epoxy. Let me use epoxy instead because I want a good solid fit. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get that repaired. Okay, let's try this one again. Here's the head with the stem on it, and I'm just going to attach it to the torso. Yeah, I use super glue a lot of times, but epoxy will really stay. It's just, you got to mix it, and it can be a lot more of a hassle than just the super glue. Okay, so that fits well. Let me get these screws in, and then we'll get them dressed. Yeah, after a while, if you do customs, you know, it helps to, I guess, make different tools or try to put together some different tools. You know, just having a mold maker has been a big boon to me, because I can copy like out of production heads. Let's see what else I can make, or I can copy different things. I copied some binoculars once, Action Jackson binoculars. Of course, those little neck stems. So if you haven't seen one of my videos on making molds, you might want to check it out. It's a nice little addendum to this hobby. Yeah, I was able to get a Starsky and Hutch head, so I could make a copy of those. Still working on my Starsky. I finished my Hutch. All right, so this guy's good. Let's go ahead and get him dressed. Start with the shirt. You'll notice I couldn't get the entire number off. I mean, it looks pretty good though. You really can't see it. It looks like part of the pocket or something. And there is a chambray shirt. Pull his collar down. Let's get those pants on. You know, I forgot to get the belt. Let's see if I have one. When I do my little montage pictures, I'll see if I can get a belt on. Can't believe I forgot that. All right. And then finally his jacket and his shoes. And the sleeve keeps bunching up. Oh well, let me just get the jacket on. Guess it doesn't really matter. I wanted to have a little bit of the blue sleeve poking out, so I may kind of work with him a little bit later on. But for right now, I think he's fine. Collar keeps coming up. There you go. Got his outfit going. That collar just doesn't want to stay down. Let's see. Okay, then shoes. May have to put these in some hot water. Let me go ahead and get him dressed up and bring him back. But you know, I did want to show off a couple of heads that I picked up at Trucker Doug's toy box that came in. So I thought I'd show them off. I've got a wetsuit that I'm gonna use for this guy, for the Hooper, because he doesn't have his glasses on. I think he'd look really good with a wetsuit. So I have a, actually, was it plain mantis? I don't remember, but they used to do some Mego-scale stuff. And so I got a wetsuit for him. And then I've got an outfit that I'm working on for him. So I'll probably have those guys done pretty soon. But let me go ahead and put his shoes in some hot water so I can get him dressed, and we'll come back and take a look at him. Well, as you can see, I got my my Quint put together. And I gotta say, he looks great. I also managed to put together the other two figures just to see what they would look like. Of course, I haven't painted them yet. I'll probably do that in an upcoming video, probably really soon, because I'm excited about these guys. But yeah, Quint came out really well. You'll notice I had printed an accessory for him, this little machete right here. I'll include the file for the machete and for the head in the description below, so take a look at that if you have a printer, or you know, you have access to one, maybe a pal or somebody who can print it for you. But yeah, the likeness is great. I think it came out really well. I'm really happy about that cap. I just kind of sprayed it with a little bit of black just to kind of like make it look weathered. I like the effect. It really worked out. So these guys look great together. I'm glad I kind of, you know, I figured I'm getting this guy dressed up, and I might as well check out the outfits for my other guys to see how they fit. And it looks so cool, I thought I'd share it with you. There's Hooper. He's got his jean outfit with his watchman's cap. And he's got his big bag. I think in the movie it was brown, but that one's black. Got that from Classic TV Toys. And then Brody, I got most of his accessories from Classic TV Toys. He has a police belt underneath that. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can swing it around. So I got his mom jeans at Classic TV Toys, along with that t-shirt. Let's see, what else does he have? I think that's pretty much it, in that police belt. But printed that M1 Garand. You know, when I do this video, I'll make sure I include those files right there. But I think for this one in particular, I'm just going to have the head and the machete. If I can find the barrel files, I will. I'll include those as well. But yeah, it turned out really well. This jean outfit, I think, was from Chachi, Mego. And the Watchman's cap came from Classic TV Toys. It's actually a clown hat, I think it was called. Had a little pom-pom on the top. A little orange one, I think. I removed that. But you know what, for this guy, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing a diving suit version, because I have a diving suit that I picked up a while back. But overall, real happy with these guys, especially with Quint. I think he just looks fabulous. Ooh, I just noticed there's like a little thread there. Let me see if I can get that. I think he came out really well. Really happy with him, the overall effect, the outfit, the head sculpt. Just, I think everything kind of came together. Really excited about getting these two guys done too. So I hope you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe you should. If this is of interest to you, you know, just so you don't miss this particular episode. Whenever I do one of these, you know, I don't know if you have access to a print or whatever, but I usually include links to the files that I use. Oh, I also printed a wooden crate. And this, you know, I'm looking for a Jaws. Excuse me, I'm looking for a Bruce Jaws. Something that's like submerged. I may have to print my own, I don't know yet, but I'd like to get one that has an open mouth that's like just half of a figure, so that I can have him like popping out of the water. I don't want a full-size one. I've seen some of those online in toy stores and stuff, but I'm really looking for something, I guess, specific, so I'm gonna keep my eyes open for that. If you know of something, I think there was a Jaws popcorn holder that might work. If you know of something else, please let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Well, until next time, you guys stay safe, be cool, and if you haven't seen Jaws, make sure you get out and watch it. Till then, see ya.